Hello everyone, welcome everyone to our online mindful community. This is the Maryland Meditation Center, and today is Saturday 13th of August 2022. We have come to the episode of the 33 episode already. We have been providing this meditation program since the 1st of January of this year, and we expect to have this one full year journey for everyone to participate and to practice meditation, to develop your meditation together. And my name is Venerable Narongchai Thanachayo. I'm going to be your host for tonight's meditation and the wisdom talk. And the structure of our Zoom meeting is we divided into two parts. The first part is about 30 minutes. In the first 25 minutes, I will share with you some tips and technique that help you to meditate much better. And the second half, about 30 to 40 minutes, will be dedicated for meditation practice. If you are new or you are a regular participant, again, welcome everyone to this mindful community. We will be meeting here every Saturday, 7 to 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you are, if you can make time to join us live, I think it's better for us to meet once a week online with the mindful friends, with the teaching monks who guide you how to meditate. And during the weekday, you meditate on your own, you apply what you learn, and to see what happened, how much you make progress, what kind of obstacle or challenges that you run into during the week. And on the weekend like this, you come back to the session, you meet with your friends, and you share your experience, you share what worked for you, what doesn't work for you, and perhaps this can help each other to grow in this meditation journey, so we can learn from each other. Whatever experience you have or whatever question that you might have, and feel free to share with me, and feel free to ask me at the end of the session. Okay, so welcome everyone again to our community. Hello, we have Ellen today, actually two Ellens. Welcome both of you. We have Raj, okay, Becky, welcome back Becky, and All Young. How is everything over there in New York? Is it hot like Maryland? We also have Rochelle, we have Macy from Singapore. Hello Macy. We have Steve, Geraldine, Maria, and we have L and R. Okay, L and R. Okay, welcome whoever you are and wherever you are. Feel free to join this community. This is the space for those of you who love in practice meditation, for those of you who love to quiet your mind and bring your mind back to the body more often. So this community is just perfect for you. Hello Izzy, good morning, good afternoon. Okay, so as you know, myself and my monk brother, we actually stay in the Ai monastery in the forest in the northern part of Thailand, and this time of the year is the rainy season, and as the Buddhist monk, we have the tradition that we need to follow. So we supposed to stay at one place for 90 days to do at least two things. We will spend this time to reflect on the reason why we become a monk, and we will get back to the teaching of the Buddha and catch up with our meditation practice. And that's the main goal for this 90 days. So it has been 1 month by now. It's been great. The weather-wise, it's raining every day with the stream right in front of my place, the little water stream, and with only 6 months actually stay here together. It's quiet during the day. It's even quiet during the night. So it's just, I don't see any place that very conducive for meditation practice like this place. So I will take this time to explore deeper, to get to know myself in a deeper dimension. For example, I start experimenting of how to adjust my eating habits. The food that I eat tend to be less and less meat. Actually, I stopped eating meat by now without knowing that. So I feel great. 100% vegetable and rice, and more water, more walk during the day. And plus, I found my favorite drink at the moment. It's hot ginger every morning. It keeps my body warm because it's cold out here, and give me very comfort and soothing feeling before I meditate. So we should take this time to get to know ourselves. How can we meditate better? How can we live better? How can we feel better about our own self? And that's something I like to invite everyone to tag along this tradition, to set some goal, to better yourself in some area, okay, for the next 60 days, the next 90 days, as you wish. If you stick around with this community, I think you can take this opportunity to reflect on yourself, how you want to be better, in which area that you need to adjust, which area that you know that you already good at, and can you make it better. So get to know yourself, especially how can you meditate better, what technique that you use in the past or what technique that you use at the moment, and is that technique make you feel easy and comfortable every time you sit, or is that something that you can adjust that help you to progress in that meditation technique. And this is something you should reflect on. Okay, I think it is very important. So how many of you feel that meditation is still difficult? Okay, so meditation should be easy. That should be the attitude. It should be easy. If you feel that meditation is difficult, I don't know how to do it, I feel uncomfortable, I feel pain, I feel numb, I don't feel good at all when I sit and meditate. This is the important indicator telling you that you practice wrongly. Whatever technique you use, please reflect on it, slow down. There must be something wrong. Otherwise, you should feel opposite. To me, meditation is synonymous for the word happiness. How do you know you practice meditation correctly? Simple indicator, you find happiness, you find inner peace, you feel comfortable. Every time you get back to your cushion, close your eye and relax. If you feel relaxation, feel the sense of calmness, contentment, feeling okay, until feeling blissful. So these are the indicators telling you that you practice correctly, whatever technique that you use. Okay, so if you feel still difficult to still the mind, still trying to visualize the object, still trying to force your mind to stop wandering and try to stick with the mantra, and doesn't matter how hard you try, and none of them work. The mind still feel agitated, the mind still feel worried, and the mind still cannot being able to come back to the body and stay still. So these are something that all meditator, whether you are new or you are an advanced meditator, you should pay attention. Okay, come back, relax, slow down. Meditation is about happiness. So it doesn't matter how long we sit, we should be able to smile, we should be able to find peace of mind and relax. And at the end of your sitting, you should feel much better, feel more relief, more relaxed, more joy, more recharged, and more rejuvenate. It should be that way. It shouldn't be opposite. Okay, so please again reflect every time you come back to this session. Every Saturday, reflect on your experience in the past week and to see if anything you can adjust for the next following week that you are going to practice on your own. Okay, so how many of us here actually sit every day? If you do sit every day in the past 7 days, can you type 1 in the chat box? Easy is number 1. Rax as well. Becky sit every day but struggling on some day. No problem, Becky. Okay, Maria every day. Wow, that's amazing. Messi as well. Okay, I'm happy to see this number because this telling me something that you really determine and commitment to your practice, and it should be coming out from your own will, from your own willing to do, not from me trying to motivate you to do and meditate. If it's come from yourself, that's called passion. It's from your own passion. Then if you're willing to do something, it usually turns out to be good, right? Unless you are forced to do something, then you don't want to do it. So make sure habituate yourself to be a meditation lover. Find time to sit. It doesn't matter what would be the result. Okay, like Becky, don't worry about it. Okay, just like you play the basketball, your job is to focus on the game, not focusing on stir up to the scoreboard on the wall. Okay, how much of my score at the moment? And while you knocking the ball and you keep looking at that score, hope to get more score. That's not the way we play basketball. Your job is to focus on the game, and then the score will take care of itself. Same thing in meditation. Focus on, make sure you come back to the seat more often. Adjust. Okay, do you feel relaxed every time you sit, or you feel difficult when you sit? And that's good meditator should reflect on that. And then result will come. Peace of mind will come. Inner peace will come. Just keep on sitting. Okay, just like the good pilot, right? You need to qualify. Even though you have the pilot license, you need to get at least 1,500 hours of flying experience in order for you to qualify as a good pilot. So now everyone seem to know how to meditate. Your job is just to increase your sitting hours, increase your inner experience, go through all the pain, but you don't have to, okay? You can adjust the way you sit on the floor, on the chair, get some pillow and blanket, make sure you sit comfortable. But again, in the long session, you may encounter some numbness, some pain on your leg, on your back, on your shoulder, and things like that. And this is very common. All meditation lovers, we go through this journey together. If you like to sit longer, if you hope to hit 1 hour or 3 hour session, and that's something you can expect. And your job is to understand that why you have numb after 30 minutes, why you have shoulder pain after 1 hour. So you need to figure it out and work on that issue. Exercise, straight up, buy some pillow. One of the techniques that I shared with my monk's brother recently, we need to have the pillow, the small and soft pillow on your lap or on your back when you sit, because here we sit at least one session, we're talking about 1 hour and up, sometimes 2, sometimes 3 hours. If you have the pillow to support your back or to put underneath your palm and your lap, it's not only give you comfort and lessen the heat between your palm and your body, it also help to support your arm and your shoulder, not too heavy yourself when you put on your lap. And that help us to sit in a comfortable position much longer. So little things like this, sometimes we don't pay attention. We feel like when it's time to meditate, I just want to meditate. I don't want to pay attention to anything else. And then you sit there patiently, hope to find peace and happiness. Inner peace never come, because when pain arrives and then the mind get agitated, the mind get distracted, and then you lost concentration, you lost your relaxation, and then it's quite challenging to bring the mind back to the calmness state as before. So little things like this, make sure you adjust, okay? And we were talking with, we have a group discussion the other day ago with all the monks brother, and one monk said he find way to sit 3 hours, and some monk can sit for 6 hours, and that is a good news. That is amazing. 3 hours with quality mean he has no pain, he don't need to go to the toilet, his body have enough water, enough energy. That's why he can sit for 3 hours. And now he try to cultivate that habit by wake up a little bit earlier. Okay, we're looking at from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock, 5, 6, 7. That is the best time for his day to sit for 3 hours without falling asleep, with the fresh morning. The weather wise, there's no noise, the body have fully rest, and he just woke up, there's nothing much coming to his mind. So that 3 hours is the best slot of the day. So he tried to stick with that and try not to lose motivation to get up a little bit earlier and stay for 3 hours. And he said now he can maintain the freshness of the body. He spent 5-10 minutes to stretch up, to do some yoga and relax his body first. And for the rest of the 3 hours, it's like autopilot. You just sat there and your mind come back and you stay there without falling asleep. And this is a good sign. It's our job as individual, as a meditator, to find out what time slot work best for you, when you feel fresh, when your mind feel less thought and relaxed, and try to have self-discipline to stick with that time, and later on it will become your habit. And you feel like, no matter what, I will wake up tomorrow morning at 4:30, at 4 o'clock, because that session is the best session of the day. I don't want to miss it. So he managed to go to bed a little bit earlier. Okay, instead of 11 o'clock, he tried to go to bed before 9:30. And that 9:30 give him about 6 hours to 6 hours and a half quality sleep. And when the alarm clock ring, just get on with it. That's all I can say. People may say, oh, Long P, give me 5 minutes, give me 10 minutes. When you hit your alarm clock, you just get up, get on with it. This is I think it's the motivation for you to force yourself to get up from your bed, fix your bed, go to the toilet, wash your face, brush your teeth, exercise, have a cup of hot water, and go back to your seat right away. Don't waste your time. So after that, after a week, my monk's brother, he feel like, wow, he found his own spot that he don't want to miss it. And this is the best time of the day. And the rest of the day is bonus. If you can grab here and there during the day, because you already have finished 3 hours in your pocket. You have that done already. So it gives you confidence, it gives you motivation to move on with your day, because your mind and your body is so ready, so energetic. Whatever it is, I'm ready. So take shower, have breakfast, and move on with your day. Okay, so I'm not here to ask you to get up at 4:30 in the morning. Okay, we have different schedule, we have different lifestyle, but I'm here to share with you what might work for you, what might be benefit for you. So try to find the spot, the slot of the day that's suitable for yourself, and to see if you can stick with it long enough and to see the result. Okay, and go from there. And the question that Luang Pi received recently, I think is quite interesting, so I want to share with you today before we meditate. And that's a lot of people have been struggling with this problem about how to let go. You may have heard this word and this phrase more often of how to let go. When you're not feeling well, you go to your friend and seek for advice, and your friend might say, you know what, don't think about it, just let it go. The question is, how can I let it go, right? And that's something I never thought about it. And when a friend of mine asked this question, it got me thinking, okay, maybe I should figure out of how to explain and what would be the practical way for people to practice of how to actually let go. I think letting go requires us to develop the right wisdom. This is not an easy task at all. It's not, okay? Keep in mind, it's not an easy to let go, even though we want to let go, but it's not. Because human mind is run by something called the craving. Our mind crave for things all the time, crave for something we want, crave to have something we want, crave to have it more, crave to not to have it, something that we don't want. Okay, and we born with it, and this is the nature. The nature give us when we were born, and we don't know this craving actually run our life. And letting go is the skill that everyone should develop, even though it is quite challenging, but it still can be practiced, it still can be done. Okay, just we have some hope. And when you're not feeling well, you need to identify what exactly that you want to let go, what make you feel heavy, what make you feel uncomfortable, what make you exhausted. Whatever it is, you're thinking of a man, he start traveling with the backpack on his back. He feels so excited about the journey, feel happy about his vacation. He have a little thing in his backpack, maybe water flask, maybe the flashlight, minimum, and he start walking. And as he continue to walk, he stop here and there, take some picture, and whatever he find on the journey, he just pick it up. Maybe the little stone, maybe the little flowers, maybe the wood stick, maybe the banana. He start collecting things and put into his backpack. And as he continue walking, he noticed that, how come I don't feel happy? I feel heavier and heavier. I feel very exhausted. And what's wrong with me? So he sit down and he opened his backpack and he noticed that, wow, there's so many stuff in here. That's why I don't feel happy. I feel so heavy. And he start to decide which one should he let go. And finally, he think, I cannot let go anything. I want to keep all of this. So he put his backpack back on and start walking. So for the rest of the journey, do you think this man will find happiness as he expect? As he walk, he keep collecting things, and it's getting heavier and heavier, and he doesn't know how to let go. So similar to all of us, the day that we born, nothing much in our life, right? Life is so simple as we're young. And then when we get older, we go to school, we get a job, we start accumulating things into our life. We start having family, having business, one business, second business, third business, one house, two houses, one car, two cars. We start having more stuff into our life. One relationship, second relationship, third relationship, one children, two children, 5 children. So all of this is the thing that we accumulate as we walk through life, and it's come with burden, right? It's come with worry, it's come with anxiety. And your job is to make sure that you understand the nature of your own self, the nature of your own mind, what exactly that bothering you, what exactly that make you feel heavy at the moment, that you don't feel good at all every time you think of it and you want to let it go. So That's why I said letting go is not an easy, because we're dealing with the thought in our mind. We're dealing with the thought, undesirable thought in our mind that we want to let it go. Somehow it still stay in our mind. So this requires wisdom. This requires a right understanding to deal with it. And that's why I feel that everyone is so, you should feel grateful every time you meditate, because now you attack to the root cause of this problem, because the thought come from the mind, good thought or bad thought, letting go or holding on something, it's come purely from the mind. If you meditate, you can bring back the clarity of the mind, you can see things the way they are, and eventually it helps you to learn how to let go. So number one, to keep it short, number one is to identify, okay, what exactly that holding you back, that you want to let go but you cannot let go. It is something that already happened, the painful feeling in the past, or is something that not happening at the moment but you worry too much about the future, and you keep on worrying about that every time you wake up. Oh, the COVID-19 still around, the business is still not good, political is not good, environmental problems still there. So you keep on worrying about the same thing every single day. You want to let go but you can't. You create an unnecessary unhappiness to your own life every time you think about it, every moment, every day that you wake up. So identify, okay, and reflect on the reality at the moment, who you are. Feel grateful for who you are. Feel grateful that you're still alive. You deserve to be happy today. There's a lot of things that you cannot control in this world, but there's something you can control. The way you see things, the attitude towards something, the way you perceive something, there's something that you can control. So learn how to, don't worry too much about something that's not necessary and stay focused on something that's necessary. Reflect on the drawback of holding that thought and focus on the benefit of, if you can let go, what would happen to your life, and to see how it works. You see, maybe a man used to be a CEO or the big shot of the company, and all of a sudden he lose his job because of a lot of things, right? Economic wise, COVID-19, so many people lose their job. So from CEO become a regular person where no one recognize him, and now he has no job. He has to work at the grocery store, living on the daily payments, and he's kind of craving for who he were. I used to be a big shot. People used to respect me, and now I lost everything. I become a person who work in the restaurant, a person who work in the grocery store. So he cannot accept that, and that's why he cannot find happiness in life. He feel heavy, he feel burdened, he crave for who he was. So if he can reflect on the reality, right, and this is life up and down, and we can learn something from life. Every time we run into some difficulty in life, we look at that as an opportunity for us to grow physically and mentally. If life go on smoothly, just like we get the free ticket, when we get free ticket, we don't learn anything much. It's so relaxing, so enjoyable. But when we have to travel upstream, now we have to make an effort. It, of course, is going to be much harder than traveling downstream. But which one you learn much better? By going downstream or going upstream? Definitely, when someone going upstream, you learn a lot, because it's difficult for you to get to your destination. You develop your physical strength, you develop your mental strength, you learn how to be patient, you learn how to stay focused, you learn how to get out of that challenges, right? So this man need to realize that, at least today I am alive. As long as I am alive, I can make my life better. I can go back to where I was. I can be better than that. So at the moment, the situation is not allow me to do that. So I'm going to stay focused at the moment, okay? Happy of who I am, happy of the job that I am doing. Accept it. If you cannot accept it, whatever life handed to you, then you'll be struggling. You cannot let go. But once you accept it, then you start be able to develop the feeling of being content. You feel content. When you feel content, then the mind don't feel agitated. The mind doesn't want anything. It's okay. I work at the grocery store at the moment. No problem. No problem. I can have more time to be with my family. I can have more time to study, to better myself. I can have more time to develop some other skill. There are a lot of good things that you can look at your life at this moment. Feel content, and once you feel content, then the mind can find some peace and relaxation, and that give rise to wisdom, that give rise to mindfulness. You can utilize the mindfulness technique by just breathing in and out, observe the body breathe, observe the thought that come and goes. Do not attach your identity to the thought. Just see the thought as the thought. The thought is just the thought. They're not us, we're not them. If you can habituate your mind like this, when the thought arrives, the thought that you want to let go, the thought that bothering you, when it's arrived, you reflect on it. And this help the process of letting go become easier, because you look at thought as thought, not you become the person who's suffering. And last one is about meditation. Of course, you cannot let go anything if you don't know how to meditate, because let go or not, it's about you make decision from your own mind, from the mind that see things the way they are, see things clearly, see the benefit of letting go, see the drawback of holding that thought. So every day you have a choice whether to keep hold on something a little bit longer, or you can make decision that today is the final day that I'm gonna let go this thing for the rest of my life. So the choice is up to you. Okay, so reflect on this, and I hope everyone seems to know how to let go. Today I'm just present with you some new information to add on to your wisdom that you already have about letting go. Hope you can reflect to this, and hope you can put them into practice to see if it help you to meditate better. Because when the mind let go, then the mind can come back, and when the mind come back to the body, especially for meditation lover, you have to practice how to let go, at least for the next 30 minutes that we are about to sit together. Habituate your mind to let go at the time that you deserve for the mind to come back and stay still. If you don't know how to let go, then it's impossible for the mind to stay still. When you close your eye, the mind will try to go after something all the time, and that is because the mind cannot let go. So little thing, bit by bit, let go bit by bit. Okay, use your wisdom, use your effort, and eventually the mind can be obedient, come back, stay still, and you can find a peace of mind. Okay, every single day, and that's something that you deserve. All right. Okay, everyone is ready, so we will spend the next at least 30 minutes to almost 30 minutes meditating together. So first thing first, make sure you sit comfortably wherever you are. If you plan to sit on the floor, okay, make sure you have the cushion that support your back, your bottom, that you will not get numb for the next 15 minutes. Need some pillow, blanket, all the accessory that you have, bring them on board. If you sit on the chair, again, make sure that the height of the chair is perfect for your body. You should feel comfortable when you sit on that chair, that both of your feet are flattened and rest on the ground firmly. You feel comfortable, and back also have something to support, so you can sit with the back straight for the next 30 minutes. If you have your back bent like this, you cannot sit long. You're gonna have pain because the body is not in the right balance position. Okay, so this little thing like this, you should be able to get to know yourself much better by now. All right, so get yourself comfortable wherever you are. Slowly let go by take a few good deep breaths and bring our awareness back to our breath. Let's do this exercise for 1 or 2 minutes before we close our eyes. Just do nothing but breathing in and out. Cherish your mind with happiness and joy. Slowly bring your awareness to your breath and observe how the body breathes. Now slowly and softly close your eyes. Again, welcome everyone back to the session again. I hope you find meditation is easier, okay, than before. How do you feel at the end of the session comparing to at the beginning? You feel happier, feel more calm, more peace, more relaxed. So this is the way it should be, because meditation is synonymous to happiness. The reason we meditate because we want to find peace and happiness in our mind, right? But this is a refined form of happiness. The happiness that comes from meditation, come from the state of mind being still, the mind with less craving, the mind that doesn't want anything, the mind that just want to be still and to be relaxed. And when we get to that state of mind, we will understand what I mean by the refined form of happiness, which is big difference from the happiness that comes from the sense pleasure, come from what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we touch. And now this kind of happiness, it doesn't require anything. It doesn't cost any money. You can sit, can close your eye, you can meditate anywhere. You can do it as often as you want during the day. Okay, so I hope everyone learn something new today and find some inner peace inside yourself when you meditate. All right, so feel free to join us, okay, every Saturday 7 to 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and bring friends and family, whoever that you think that they might be benefit from this community. We will be here, meditate together until the rest of the year, and we'll go from there. Okay, meditation is a journey. It's like a marathon. It's not a one-time deal, or it's not a sprint. So for many of us that you expect to get the result, expect to make progress much faster than this, again, sit back and relax. Okay, it's a journey of mind development. It's a journey of meditation practice. There is no such thing called bad meditation. Every session that we sit, we can always learn and improve something. And the mind is a refined element. And now we try to get to know the nature of our own mind, get to know how to control the mind, to bring the mind back and to have the mind stay still. And that is something that not many of us, we don't get used to it. We don't get used to train our mind to come back and stay still. And that is why many people feel like, oh, meditation is not for me, I don't see the results, maybe I should quit, or maybe I should keep on changing the new technique, find a new technique all the time. Okay, maybe it's not the case. We need to understand the nature of the mind. It's refined. We cannot just all of a sudden force the mind to stop thinking or make the mind feel good and feel bad right away. So we need to softly, relaxingly work with the mind, especially when it's time for meditation. So no bad meditation. We can always learn something from each session that we sit, and we make adjustment next time we come back to the cushion. All right, so have faith in your practice, have confidence in your practice. You are on your way, to success in your meditation journey. All right, so don't worry if you don't feel like, oh, I should have more happiness, I should feel happier today, and I don't get to that level. Okay, so this is called craving. And when we crave, the mind cannot be still. So we need to sit back, relax, let go. Okay, take it easy. Okay, one thing at a time. Okay, if you feel like you make 1% progress, you feel happiness 1 or 2% of this session. To me, this is happiness. Is happiness. 1% is happiness. $1 bill is still valuable. $1. It's better than $0. Better than having no money at all, right? So appreciate $1. Tomorrow you may get $2, $5, $10, $100. It will come. So take it, enjoy it, feel content about it, and let that contentment will attract more contentment, will attract more peace and happiness. All right, okay, it's good timing. Unless you have question and sharing, feel free to. Otherwise, we can call it a day, call it a night, and we can take a rest. From Becky, thank you, Venerable Narongchai. I'm learning so much with your session and building a lifelong practice that have been wanting. Happy for you, Becky. Like I said, it's a journey, and this community is for you, it's for everyone. It's good to meditate by ourselves during the weekday, and it's also much better if you can find community for you to hang out with once a week, once a month. People like-minded people who love to meditate, people who love to live life better. So hang out with them. They can help you to be more disciplined. They can help you to grow your wisdom, to learn something from each other. It's a journey. Again, feel free to stop by, feel free to bring some friends, and feel free to ask questions if you have. So I'm gonna be here with everyone until the rest of this year, and make sure that everyone know how to meditate and comfortable with your meditation practice. All right, okay, I think it's time. So wish everyone have a good day, good evening, good night wherever you are. Have a good weekend and get ready for the new day to come tomorrow. Stay positive, stay energetic, and stay happy no matter what happens. Please make sure that you come back to your cushion, sit back, relax, and close your eye, and reconnect yourself to the inner peace within more often. All right, so see everyone again next week. Please have a good one, everyone.